We are excited that you're here to learn about a movement that's completely changing the way our generation approaches work, life, and money. If someone you know reached out to share this video with you, it means they hold you in very high regard. Something about who you are, your personality, the way you carry yourself around others, and the things you've already accomplished in your life has inspired them to share with you a gift that could radically enhance your life in every way possible. Before we get into this new approach to work, life, and money, let's take a look at the current paradigm for most young people in today's world. Most of us have followed the traditional path of going to college or university, graduating, and looking for a good job in our field. Although a lot has changed since our parents entered the workforce, most of us are still using the same parameters they did in order to define our dream job. A good salary with benefits, a strong retirement plan or a pension, opportunities for promotion down the road, decent vacation time, and a role with an adequate level of responsibility that suits our strengths and challenges us to grow. Now, on the surface, this sounds pretty good. In fact, it is pretty good, and that's the problem. It's a problem because a job with all the perks does in fact do a pretty good job at helping us to live a pretty good life. Land the right gig and we can pay our bills, feed our families, enjoy dinners out, go to concerts, and even take a trip every once in a while. And if we play our cards right, work hard for 40 years or so and stay disciplined with our saving and spending, we'll be able to retire comfortably and live off the fruits of a few decades of our labor. But consider this. Even if every college or university graduate was able to find themselves a sweet setup like this right out of school, and we all know that's a long shot in today's economy, at best, this kind of a setup is only a band-aid solution to what it is we truly want, and that is complete personal freedom. Listen carefully to this quote from Brendon Burchard. "It is the main motivation of humankind to be free, to express our true selves and pursue our dreams without restriction, to experience what may be called personal freedom. It would be difficult to deny that all people worldwide deeply desire the grand freedoms: social freedom, emotional freedom, creative freedom, financial freedom, complete time freedom, and spiritual freedom. So ask yourself this: will a good job with a competitive salary, benefits, and a strong retirement plan 40 years down the road ever help you to achieve complete personal freedom?" We are convinced that for most people, the answer to this question is a hard no. So, what's the solution? Is there an alternative path to complete personal freedom that's accessible to the masses? The good news is that we know for certain there is. The bad news is that it requires a completely new approach to work, life, and money. Einstein said that we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. So, in order to fully understand and begin to experience this new approach to work, life, and money, we need to reprogram our mental GPS. The coordinates that most of us have set will never get us to where we truly want to go. Now, heads up. This new paradigm will likely cause some internal friction. It's not going to feel right at first. In many ways, it runs completely contrary to what we've been taught. But do your best to stay open, because once you begin to understand this new approach to work, life, and money, the possibilities you imagine for yourself, your family, and those you care most about will significantly expand, and your own potential to positively impact the world will suddenly seem limitless. The power in this entirely new approach to work, life, and money lies in its simplicity. In fact, the entire approach can be summed up in 3 simple and very straightforward steps. We'll share all the steps up front and then explore each step individually. Step 1, stop looking for a job. Step 2, create your own evolved economy. And step 3, use your evolved economy to fund your passions, ideas, investments, and life. Step 1, stop looking for a job. Believe it or not, step 1 is the hardest for most people to fully embrace. We've been conditioned to look for a job from the day we entered kindergarten. We were asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" We were taught how to write a cover letter and craft a resume so that we could properly sell our skills, talents, and abilities to potential employers. We selected college or university programs that we thought might lead to a viable, well-paying career. Even for those who chose more general degree programs, the question from outsiders throughout was, what are you going to do with that once you graduate? But as we've already discussed, if our ultimate goal is personal freedom, then a job, no matter what it is no more than a band-aid solution. Whether it's a salaried position or you're paid by the hour, if you work for a living, you are trading your time for money. And as Tony Robbins says, it's just about the worst trade you can make. Why? You can always get more money, but you can't get more time. Can you feel the unsustainability in the time for money equation? The proof lies in the millions of people counting down the days to their retirement while simultaneously counting their dollars to make sure they can in fact retire. So, if this is really making sense for you and you're ready to put a stop to your quest for that dream job, what do you do instead? Consider this. The primary downfall to trading what you value most, which is time, for what you need the most, which is income, is that if you stop working, you stop making money. So, let's take you out of the equation. This is where the fun and the freedom begins. Step 2. Create your own evolved economy. In order to grasp what it truly means to create your own evolved economy, we need to begin with a simple definition of an economy. So, for the sake of this conversation, an economy consists of the production, distribution, and consumption of goods or services. So, all you have to do is create your own fully functional system that repeatedly produces, distributes, and has thousands of people consuming a product. Easy, right? Not so much. That's why most people just get a job. But what if this was possible? Not only that, but what if anyone, regardless of their age, gender, level of education, or experience, could access the ability to, quite literally, create their own fully functioning economy? Can you imagine what the result would be? You see, traditionally, generating this type of leverage would require a certain degree of ingenuity, innovation, and a deep understanding of manufacturing, marketing, supply chain, and distribution. It would also require you to have access to a significant amount of capital in order to support the infrastructure from startup to success. Sounds fairly overwhelming, right? That's why most people just go out and look for a job. But here's the game-changing news. The world has progressed dramatically. Listen carefully. The mind-blowing innovations in technology, e-commerce, and social media have not only made it possible for you to create your own economy with limitless potential, but now more than ever, this is something that is incredibly achievable and shockingly simple for anyone who chooses to make it their focus. It's this new level of accessibility that makes it so evolved. In today's world, the most accessible way for you and I to create our own evolved economy is to utilize an economic model called network marketing. So how exactly does this work? First of all, remember that it's shockingly simple. Chances are you'll be tempted to overthink it. Just like an iPhone, the power in this lies in its user-friendliness. Do your best to embrace the seamlessness in the way this can fit into your life, regardless of what you're currently doing. Let's go back to our definition of an economy. It consists of the production, distribution, and consumption of goods or services. Here is why this is accessible to anyone and everyone. When you use network marketing to create your own evolved economy, there is no need to worry about production or distribution. You see, the most complicated elements of the economy you're about to create are already taken care of for you. Believe it or not, we build the foundation of our economy by focusing on the simple consumption of a product. And since that seems to be something that absolutely everyone is good at, it's a fun place to start. So, we get to go shopping. The goal is to go out and find a well-established, profitable company with a strong leadership and management team that uses network marketing as their primary method of distribution. Like any decision, this one is personal, and it's important to do your research. First off, you want to find a product that meets an existing need in today's world. Second, you want to select a product line that you are excited to consume, something that will measurably improve the quality of life for you and your family. And finally, the product is an absolute home run if it's in a category where you're already spending money. Think about it. We are consuming dozens of products every single day. And with every single purchase, we are fueling someone else's economy. So why not find an already existing item in your budget and let it fuel your economy? So what's next? Let's imagine that you've selected a company with a product you're excited about, you've tried the product, and it meets or even surpasses your expectations. Contrary to what you may think, the next step isn't to go out and sell the product. While you could certainly earn some extra income doing that, it would be more like adding another job, or Band-Aid solution, to your already busy schedule. Creating your own evolved economy won't come from selling a product, but rather from showing people the distribution and purchase method. So, your next step is to share this new approach to work, life, and money with the people you most care for and respect. You do that using a combination of this exact video and the online resources provided by the company you select. The best communication tools are the ones you're already using every day, like text messaging, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, Skype, and your smartphone. If you really think about it, there isn't an economic model that more closely mirrors natural human behavior. Most people are already doing this every single day, just not inside a network marketing model. So, when we marry our natural inclination to share things we're excited about with the unprecedented power of social media and insert a network marketing infrastructure, we end up with the ability to create our own evolved economy with unlimited potential. If you want to gain an even deeper understanding of this model, ask the person who shared this video with you for a link to the documentary film called Rise of the Entrepreneur: The Search for a Better Way. Step 3. Use your evolved economy to fund your passions, ideas, investments, and life. The best way to really feel the complete personal freedom that lies in this third step is to take a minute to think about the answer to this question. What would you be doing if time and money were of absolutely no consequence? If you could live every single day being pulled by the things that excited you the most, what would you be doing? While it might be nice at first, you likely wouldn't spend the rest of your life lying by the beach. Chances are you'd travel, dedicate lots of time to activities you're truly passionate about, start a business, volunteer with your favorite charity, and spend time with the people you care for the most. How would you feel if this was your reality 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year? All of the stress, the exhaustion from the daily grind, the brutal mornings ruled by an alarm clock, and the boredom caused by repetitive, uninspiring work would completely dissolve. Let's take this a step further. Imagine this reality wasn't just something you achieved, but that you were part of a team of young people who were all able to live this way as a result of a shift in their approach to work, life, and money. As a team, how could you positively impact the world? Let's keep going. What if eventually your team grew into a movement? Imagine hundreds of young leaders, each with complete personal freedom as a result of creating their own evolved economy. You see, the straightest path to creating lasting change in the world is to build a powerful force of conscious leaders, catalysts, change makers, artsy engineers, outside-the-box thinkers, and visionaries who are completely free from the limitations of a job, with the skills, the energy, the ideas, the time, and the financial resources to become true global citizens and leave a legacy like no other generation in history. As bold and audacious as this sounds, it's already happening. In fact, the world has evolved so that this can happen. We believe that it's time for thousands of individuals like you and I to stop looking for that elusive dream job, to start building our own evolved economy and move towards complete personal freedom. It's time to fill our lives with purpose, travel, adventure, family, friends, and massive contribution. It's finally time to disassociate our income from our time and to let our own evolved economy generate the capital to pay our bills and fund our greatest passions, our most brilliant ideas, our long-term investments, and our limitless life. It's time to completely change the way our generation approaches work, life, and money. If you feel the power and possibility in this new paradigm, write down your questions, send a message to the person who shared this with you, and be ready to give them your answer to this question. If money and time were of no consequence, what would you be doing?